Hi. I'm a little bored right now, so I thought I would talk about something that I just recently found out about on NBC and on the New York Times, and that is Bush's recent speech defending the war in Iraq. Now, I know a lot of politically charged conversation, I'm sure, and you're probably going to get my bias here, which is good, I think. I don't. What's the point in me acting as if I don't have an opinion? Why would I even be doing this? So you're going to find that out right now. My biggest problem with this speech that he gave was the fact that apparently, now I wasn't there, this could be the NBC journalist, I don't know, but apparently, and I know Rumsfeld has hinted at this, Bush is saying that the war in Iraq is like the war on Nazi Germany. And I really hope I get some feedback from Jewish people on this. But that's very, very enraging that Bush would make that kind of a, maybe not a comment directly, but that kind of feel for the war. And that, because let's be honest, I mean, Iraq could have gotten that way. Saddam Hussein was in power, he was exterminating Kurds, but he's gone now. And what's going on in Iraq is not the same as a group of Nazis swinging their anti-Judaism bit all around. I mean, sure, okay, yes, Arabs do not like the Jews. I understand that. But what's not happening is, now, Iran may be a different story. Maybe a different story. Iraq, they don't even have a government. I mean, the main fighting that's happening right now is between the United States, and I will emphasize that, the United States, not the world, and militants from Islam, which, by the way, I don't think enough is being said about the fact that militant Islam is not mainline or mainstream Islam. They're different. So even though you have these quote-unquote extremists fighting, what Bush seems to be saying is that the government is going to turn anti-U.S. Gee, I wonder why. When you go in and you invade a country and you stay there and you're not very effective and you're not progressing along any kind of time schedule at all, the people start to get disillusioned, and I don't blame them. Would you be happy if your entire government was uprooted, but there was nothing in place that actually worked, that actually met you where you were at in your context as a citizen of your country and as the history that you have as a person? We just think as a country that we're going to go in and plant democracy everywhere, when the way that we implement democracy in other countries is basically saying we're not interested in democracy, we're interested in our own kind of democracy. In other words, if you really want a democracy, let the people deal with it. Let them deal with it. Let them put up their own structures and their own governments, because honestly, on a global scale, that is democracy. Letting the people of that country decide what kind of a government they want is their own democracy. Now, of course not formally, I know this. I'm schooled in, well, I don't know how much I remember, but I did, I'm schooled in classics and in philosophy a lot, especially ancient Greece and the origins of our democracy. By the way, it wasn't Thomas Jefferson, it wasn't Benjamin Franklin, it was Plato and Socrates and those wonderful thinking men of Athens who decided that a democracy would be the best way to govern. And we think that we can extend our own brand of it onto other countries. I have a huge problem with that, especially when, as the president of the country, of democracy, you don't listen to the people who elected you. Bush's approval rating is below 30% most of the time right now. When he won the election, he only had 50% of the people, but that means that at least 20% of the people that voted for him, and I know democracy is not, it's a republic. Our democracy is a republic. It's not a majority vote. We don't have to get into that discussion. What I'm saying is that when the republic is based on people voting, and 20% of the raw vote that you had when you won the election is gone on the other side, that's a problem. And if you think that you're implementing democracy by forcing a type of government on a country and on a people group, and when you think that you're implementing democracy when you can't even listen to the people who voted for you to be put in office as a collective, come on, that's ridiculous.